or Hai. Niamey, the city in Niger, the administrative center of Department Niamey. To 1926, 1960 administrative center of the French possession Niger, since 1960 the capital of Niger. The name is connected with the words which are allegedly told by a certain slaveholder to the slaves. When Niamey, settle here, from where at first Niamey and then in modern Niamey. Apparently it is no more than toponymic legend. Niamey was probably founded in the 18th century and arose on the place of small villages in several hundreds of inhabitants. Gave Kalia Mari Zongo, Fulani Kiora. Niamey wasn't of great importance until the French began to develop it as the colonial center at the end of the 1890th years. The French colonialists who began during this period capture of Niger founded in 1892 in this village the strong military point. Exclusively favorable arrangement of Niamey at intersections of trade ways promoted his growth. The city with the population about 1800 people was chosen as the capital of the newly created military territory of Niger in 1905, however in 1912 the capital was transferred to more equipped city of Zinder. The proximity of Zinder to Nigerian border and distance from the ports controlled by France induced the French to transfer the capital back to Niamey in 1926 when about 300 inhabitants lived in the city. A series of destructive droughts led to significant growth in the population during this period, and by 1945 the population made about 800 people. Till 1926-27 the border of Upper Volta and Niger passed along Niger River. That meant that Niamey lay directly on border. During independence in 1960 the population grew to 30,000 people. During the period from 1970 to 1988 the economy of Niger prospered thanks to income from uranium mines in Arlet. As a result, the population of Niamey grew from CAD to 398,365 inhabitants, and the city increased from 1367 hectares in 1970 to 4,400 hectares by 1977. Therefore, peripheral villages, such as infirmary, were included. The continuing droughts also forced many villagers of Niger to move to the growing city. In 1992 Niamey and its next internal areas were separated from the region Niamey to form much the capital district Niamey, smaller by the size, concluded in an enclave in the new region of Tillaberi. By some estimates in 2000 the population of the city reached card. In 2011 the government press estimated the general urban population at more than 1.5 million. Working migration was the main reason for increase during a drought and also the high growth of the population. This last factor means that demographically most of residents are youth. Niamey is located on both river banks Niger. The urban area occupies 239 km. The capital territory is located on two plateaus reaching height of 218 m, halved by Niger River. In Niamey the river flowing almost directly in the southeast from Gao, Mali makes a series of wide bends. The city was founded on east, left river bank as it coils from the west on the east and flows almost directly on the south. A number of islands begins in city borders of Niamey and stretches for the south down the river. The vast majority of the population and government and commercial buildings are located on East River Bank. In the downtown there is a set of wide boulevards. Two bridges connect two parties, Kennedy Bridge and Rugby Bridge. The western coastal zone consists generally of residential areas, such as Hawaii, Sigilla, Lamort, Saga and Karachi, and also the University Abdul Mumini. Niamey is in the south of Sakali and has climate typical for her. He represents something between subequatorial and tropical desert. Very hot, so average temperature varies climate from 24 C in January up to 34 C in May, and average annual temperature is 29 C. There is an expressed short damp season which lasts from May to September with peak in July-August. All rainfall drops out during a damp season. During a dry season of rainfall doesn't happen absolutely. The population of Niamey grew in a geometrical progression from the moment of independence finding. As well as for other large African cities, rapid growth of the population throughout all second half of the 20th century is characteristic of Niamey. Droughts of the beginning of 1970th and 1980th, along with an economic crisis of the beginning of the 1980th years, led to escape of villagers to the largest city of Niger. At the military government of the General Saint-Kunch there was a strict control of accommodation, and the government regularly collected and deported those someone have no permissions to stay in the city, back to the villages. The growing freedoms in the late 80s and Tuaregs of the 1990th years, the 1990th together with the revolt, and hunger in the odd years strengthened process of internal migration. Therefore on the outskirts of the city large illegal settlements appeared. In the downtown from 1980th years groups of beggars, youth or disabled beggars are noticeable. In more richer areas where trade is carried out, these beggars actually created well-adjusted hierarchical system in which beggars collect alms according to cultural and religious norms. More than 90% of the population of the city Muslims. The largest ethnic groups of the city. And Niger, which together make 51.1% of the general population. They are followed by the people of a house, 34.4%. Transport. The city is the large transport hub. On the left river bank Niger there is a pier. In 12 km from the city the international airport of Amani Diori is located. In 2014 the country's first railway station N is open. Economy. Near Niamey the thermal power plant is located. In the city the food and flavoring industry. A slaughterhouse, the flour grinding plant. Light industry. Cotton mill is developed. Is shopping center of the agricultural area. Crafts are widespread. A dressing, production of products from silver, gold. Culture. In 1959 the National Museum N, which includes a zoo, is open. Other sites are the foreign cultural centers, the markets, a hippodrome. There is a number of institutes and the university. Famous natives. Zalika Sully is an actress of Niger, the first film actress to the south from the Sahara. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. of good mood and good luck.